Hey guys, it's Kathy. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a special guest because we are doing a video about what my husband thinks about all of this homeschooling. So, special guest, come here. Come on in the video. Oh my gosh. Did you have to come in with that smile?
Yeah.
All right. So guys, this is the husband. And we're to see what he thinks of all of homeschooling, all that we do with homeschooling. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, my name's Kathy. I'm a homeschool mama of 2 little girls, and I love sharing all things about homeschool, motherhood, lifestyle, and some fun DIYs. So if you're into that sort of thing, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So here's the husband.
I'm here.
He has a name. Do you want to tell them?
My name's Damien. So for those who wants to know, that's who I am. That's what you can call me.
Damien. So here's Damien. What else would they call you?
I don't know.
All right. So we're going to talk about homeschooling and your thoughts on homeschooling. Do you want to tell them anything else about you? Like, what do you?
I'm a country boy from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Been here in Florida for 17 long years. Yeah. So, I like riding bikes and doing all the fun stuff outdoors that my girls don't. So, it's pretty painful for me.
He's all by himself. He's a lonely boy in a house of girls. So, all right. So, let's talk about homeschooling. What kind of education did you have? What kind of schooling did you have?
I'm a public education school boy. So, I did public school throughout my whole life. So, this was back during the 80s and 90s. So,
You're old.
I'm pretty old.
You're old. You were schooled in the 80s? I guess.
Schooled in the 80s.
Did you start school in the 80s?
I did, 84.
Oh my gosh, you're old.
I am.
Okay. Anyhow, so you did public school. I did public school too. So we were both public school raised. And we kind of stumbled or talked a little bit about homeschooling before we had kids, or we were having kids. Like, I think, like, very briefly, like, maybe we knew we didn't want to do public school, right? We knew we didn't want public school. So we were like, either like homeschool or private school, which Kennedy ended up doing. So she did private school. She did K3 and VPK, which is like preschool, in private school, and then kindergarten she did in a charter school, which is still public school, but like different or whatever. Yeah. So, and then from there we kind of decided to swap her to homeschool. First thing, the big question everyone wants to know: did you support the initial decision to swap to homeschooling? Like, were you on? What were your initial thoughts? Like that summer, we were like, when Kennedy was having a breakdown because she really just did not want to go back to school, and we were like, okay, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna homeschool her. Like, what were your like initial thoughts?
Well, just well, how was it going to work out? With the jobs and stuff like that. Were you going to have to cut back? What will be the financial impact of it? What all goes into homeschooling? Books, tools. Will you have the, I don't know, stamina or the patience,
the mental stability
to actually teach your child? So those are some of the things going through my mind.
So if you guys don't know, so Damien works a regular 9-to-5 job. Like, this past year has been great, not great because of the situation, but great because he has been home since March. He's been able to work from home since March. And then I work over the weekends. If you guys have not, I think I have a Q&A somewhere that kind of tells you about what we do. But, so I'm home during the week and I work over the weekends, and he's normally works a 9-to-5, gone, Monday through Friday. So that was kind of like how we were going to like balance it out, how to figure out like how we're going to teach. Obviously he's working, so during the week. So initially we did like, we started with the virtual school. As a homeschool student, we use virtual school for the curriculum for that. So that's how we kind of started just to kind of ease our way in. Your kind of like concerns were just kind of like the livelihood of our family more so. Like, how were we like, would I be able to work as much, like financially, and how much was it going to cost, like even for schooling and stuff? Right. Because you didn't know anyone homeschool, right? Have you? I don't think I knew anyone that was.
No, because growing up in the 80s and 90s, the public school system was a little bit better than it is now. We actually had teachers. I won't say that we don't have teachers that don't care, but I'm just saying like it was different. Let's put it this way.
They had more leeway. I think they could do more.
They were able to teach, to discipline children like you need to do it to get control of your classroom. So it was a different dynamics.
straight out, yes or no. Did you support this decision to homeschool?
At first, no. Because, like I said, the main thing was how are you going to hold up, mentally, physically, grinding and actually teaching your child. The child is now in a different environment. She's at home with you. Will she show you that same respect that she would as a teacher? So I was a little apprehensive at first about it, trying to see how that part was going to work out. So, yeah. So it wasn't like, oh, homeschool.
Yeah. So you weren't like initially on board, but you weren't like, no, don't do it.
Right. I wasn't like hardcore, no, she's going to go out. But I was just like,
let's figure this out. How it's going to work. Okay. Such a bad interviewer, guys.
I know.
He's got to get back to work. I stole him on a break. So now that we're in our second year of homeschooling, and this year I'm actually homeschooling both girls. And being that you've been home to see what actually goes on, because you actually put it all in my hands, right? You were just like, I picked the curriculum, like literally I do everything when it comes to homeschooling. So you trust me?
Yeah, it's a level of trust, because this is something that you wanted to do, something that I thought about. We was in agreement with me and you together. So yeah, this is your baby. So I mean, I think it would be foolish for me to think that my wife couldn't teach her own children. Like that's silly. So yeah, so it's all in your hands.
So you trust me,
yeah.
I mean, we do talk. I think when we wanted to switch Kennedy's her math curriculum, I did talk to him hey, I think we want to ease back or go with more of a gentle. More gentle.
Don't go making adding words, R's and L's to stuff. No.
See, that's and I'm a homeschool teacher, right?
Wow.
All right, so we want to do more of a gentle approach when it comes to math. So I did kind of talk about that and try to figure out what kind of do you think we should do this? Which I think has been awesome because it's helped her self-esteem when it comes to math. So don't be afraid to change your curriculum if it's not working for you and your kids, especially your kids. Change it and it'll be great. So we talk about what is going on with the homeschool approach. Yeah. But pretty much whatever I decide, you're kind of go for it. You trust that whatever I'm going to decide for the kids, that it'll be good. So. Yeah. Okay, so now that you've been home and you've seen our homeschool day in action, what do you think on our good days? Because we all know we have bad days where no one's listening, and we got to get the principal.
Yeah, I'm the principal, by the way, so I come out.
Yeah, Dad says does do it, and for whatever reason, if Dad says something, then the kids just automatically do it. But so now that you kind of seen what we do and do you have hesitations? What are your thoughts? You know what I mean? Do you think that they're getting what they need? Do you think we need more? Do you think
No, I mean they're getting what they need. I mean, I can see it in their homework. I can see them even coming back and asking me hey Daddy, did you know about this, and that? Or let me show you what I learned today. So I can see that they are learning.
Yeah.
And that they're retaining the information, and then they have this desire to learn more.
Yeah. And
so I can see the fruit of that. Now, if it wasn't that case, I'd be like, you know what, this ain't working. God bless you. You tried, but we gonna take it in another direction. I don't feel that way.
You're coming off. Why are you running off the camera? Don't run away.
I mean, I'm kind of scared.
Don't run away. Don't be scared. And then I guess finally, do you think you would ever, because I know my answer to this. My answer is no. Mm-hmm. But do you think you would ever want to put the kids back into public school, private school, but brick and mortar school, basically, in schoolhouse?
I don't think so. I think they're getting the same level of education. I mean, even in certain cases, we see Kennedy a little bit more advanced than she was prior to her being actually in school. So I think the way that it's going now, there's no need to do that. So no. So as long as you keep your schedule and, the apocalypse doesn't come down on us, I think we're good.
All right. Hopefully we can let our kids, live life and not be
Yeah, and then we take them out so they interact with other kids, homeschool kids. And
so
we go to the parks and stuff like that. So they are around other human beings, other children.
Yeah.
So they're getting that interaction that some people may question oh, they're not getting that interaction with other kids like you would in public school. No, they're still getting that. They're still going to these activities and stuff like that. So that hasn't been taken away. So the social aspect of it and the education aspect of it are still there. So, you know.
Yeah, because that's like the biggest thing when people like say with homeschool, like, oh, your kids, how are they going to socialize? And I think, I mean, obviously this past year with what's going on has been difficult just because of social distancing and that kind of thing like that. But for the most part, in a normal world, or even pushing forward, I think they've been able to be around other kids and play with other kids and do other things that they would do, or actually even more probably. Yeah. Sorry, as I like kick you. I wasn't like nudging you to like tell you like stand up straight. Yes, they're getting the same things that they would like if they were like out in a brick and mortar school. So to the dads out there, can you speak to the husbands, to the dads, about like what do you think, like what were your any advice for them as far as supporting their wives, supporting their family, not supporting, like what do you like?
Just trust your wife when she's in there teaching. Don't try to come in there and just take over. Let her do her thing and let her teach her children. Just trust your wife and just support her in any way possible. If she comes to you with certain questions, respond. Be engaged. Don't just be passive. Be engaged and just support her. Yeah.
Oh, you're so nice.
I know. I try to be. I'm only nice for the camera.
Only for the camera.
Because when the camera goes off.
Because if you guys look at our very early years on YouTube, we did a lot of vlogging. You'll get to see this one a lot more in our day-to-day life on that. But anyhow, guys, thank you so much.
Put that in there, huh? This is a plug for them to subscribe, huh?
Yeah, you don't want to miss out. We have fun here.
I guess not.
Maybe, we'll see. If you want more of him, let me know, and we'll bring him in. You guys can see more of him. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, head over to Instagram where you'll see more of our day-to-day life. I post on the daily over there, all up in those stories. So head over there and hang out with us, get to know us. Also, I post new videos right here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and do what? Ding! Hit the notification bell. And I will talk to you guys in a couple of days. He's going away. He has to go back to work. Bye, guys.